I think I've managed to start it without it being pointed at my face in an awkward way like last week. Hi everybody! Welcome to Independent Venue Love Volume 11. As we coast our way into double figures, welcome to the show everybody from our house. I'm here, my wonderful wife Jess is over there.
Hello!
And tonight we are going to play songs. And tonight is covers night, or at least the first covers night, I should say. Wink, wink. I'll tell you more about that later on. But basically tonight I'm
Karaoke
doing...
quiz.
Kind of. I'm doing songs for the most part that I have recorded and released versions of already, is the general vibe. Tonight's fundraising is in aid of an independent venue in Liverpool called Phase 1, and here is the crowdfunder link. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have spare money to donate, that is the place to go and donate it. As per usual, I will be shouting about that a fair bit as the evening goes along. Anyway, so I didn't write any of these songs, and somebody's already noted that that might preclude apologies, but with the usual proviso that not everybody drinks and some people are in recovery and all the rest of it, we are still going to play a drinking game. Sorry, babe.
Yeah, there's always something that you've done wrong that you can apologise for.
So there you go. Get stuck in, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a song that you'll probably know that I used to finish all my shows with for the first 2.5 years on tour. And if you're at home and you can sing along, this is a good one to sing along with. You can dance, you can jive, you're having the time of your life. Yeah, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. It's Thursday night and the lights are low, looking out for a place to go where they play the folk music, getting into the swing. You're in the mood for a dance. Anybody could be that guy. The night is right and the music's high. Move on to another. Anyone will do. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, sing along at home. You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can jive, you're having the time of your life. Yeah, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. I feel like this song was kind of written about cats. There's bits of booty. You're a teaser, you turn them on, set them burning and then you're gone. Move on to another. Anyone will do. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life.
Night dancing.
Ooh, see that cat and watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Ooh, la, la, la. There it is, dancing cats, possibly as it should have be called.
She's pretty
Anyway,
nice.
and she's now in a bad mood.
She's being treated with
Oh, she's
trees.
now being given treats because being carried towards the source of the volume is a terrible thing for a cat. So yeah, welcome to the show. Same rules as always apply. I'm aware that some people are suffering financially and have lost their jobs or are having a rough time generally, or work in the NHS, or indeed work for an independent venue. And that's totally legit. But if you are somebody who's been furloughed or is still getting paid or whatever it is, and if you would have paid £10 or £20 or whatever to come to this show, please throw it in the pot. If you are drinking beer out of the fridge that cost you £1 from the supermarket and would cost you £4 at the bar, please throw £3 in the pot, or whatever. You've heard me say this shit before if you've watched one of these shows before. But I'd love to raise a good amount of money for Phase 1 tonight. It's a wonderful place and I love Liverpool. It's such a great town. And indeed, one of the places we were supposed to be on tour in the dates that we had to cancel back in March, which was roughly 100,000 years ago. Anyway, this is a song. This is one of my favourite songs of all time. I remember playing this song to Jamie from Ruben when I was really pissed in a squat in kind of Old Street, I think it was, just before the Love Iron Song launch show, which was in a squat, weirdly enough. Anyway, this song's by Bruce Springsteen. Those were the days. Well, the screen door slams, Mary's dress waves like a vision. She dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison is singing for the lonely. Hey, that's me, I want you only. Don't turn me home again, I just can't face myself alone again. So don't you run back inside, darling, 'cause you know just what I'm here for. And you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we're not that young anymore. There's so little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a beauty, hey, alright. That's alright with me. Now you can hide beneath the covers and study the pain. Make crosses from your lovers and throw roses in the rain. And you can waste your summers praying in vain for a savior to rise from these streets. Oh, and I'm no hero, and that's understood. Oh, the redemption I could offer goes beneath this dirty hood. We got a chance to make it good somehow. Hell, what else can we do now except roll down the window and let the wind blow back our hair? ordinary firemen. This is a town full of losers, and we're pulling out of here to win. Woo! What a song!
Hang on. There's another quite important
I was
fact
gonna. Sorry, darling.
about that song.
That is the song that my excellent wife Jess walked down the aisle to at our wedding, the original version of that song, and that was her suggestion. And
Yeah,
I was
everyone
like,
spent the whole night being like, how did he convince you to walk down the aisle to Thunder Road? And I was
no,
like,
it was
"Fuck
just
off,
a
it was
suggestion,
my
one of the best
idea."
songs of all time. This is another cover I used to play all the time live, and it is worth stating for the record now that I stole the idea off the great Ben Marwood. In fact, the very first time I met Ben, we played a show together in Devices, I think it was, and if Kieran Shear's watching, hi Kieran. I met Ben and he played this cover of this song and I was like, wow, that's amazing, and then a little while later started doing it myself as well. And also there's a wonderful version of this that me and Ben and Franz Nicolai did together once that was a really beautiful thing. Anyway, this song's called The District Sleeps Alone Tonight. Smeared black ink, your palms are sweaty, I'm barely listening to last dim eyes. I'm staring at the asphalt, wondering what's buried underneath where I am. It's the cat meowing in the background. Where my badge, a vinyl sticker with big block letters adhering to my chest, and it tells your new friends I am a visitor here, I am not permanent to me, only thing keeping me to rise. It seems so out of context in this gaudy apartment complex. A stranger with your donkey, explain I'm just visiting, and I'm finally seeing I was the one worth leaving. I was the one worth leaving. The district sleeps alone tonight after the bars turn out their lights and send the auto swerving into the loneliest evening. And I'm finally seeing I was the one worth leaving. I was the one worth leaving. I was the one worth leaving. What a fun song that
I
is.
love that one.
Ladies and
Squeaky
gentlemen,
loves it too.
our cat very, very rarely meows, and she was having a real go during that one. Don't know if you could hear
Staring
it.
at the wall.
And staring at the wall. The other day I came down in the morning and found her just staring in the mirror and meowing at herself. She's a weird cat. Anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you will be staggered to learn that there are some birthdays to get through today.
Hey.
And get through them we will, my friends. And we're going to begin with the only person where I don't know what age they are, so I'm going to assume that they've just been born. Ladies and gentlemen, born on this day, Charlie Bar or Bar? Charlie is having a birthday. Charlie, well done. I hope you're having a lovely birthday today, Charlie. And you are the first of the birthdays today, but not the last. There are many more. Let's get through a few more, shall we? Madison Bell is 8 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it from Madison. Shelby Greslak in Pennsylvania is 10 years old today. Let's hear it from Shelby. Woo! Rory Crichton is 11. Let's hear it from Rory. Eva, whose surname I don't know, but it's a wonderful first name. Eva is 11. Woo! Isabel, who has a kitten called Frank, is 13. Let's hear it from Isabel. Woo! Lucy, who doesn't have a kitten called Frank as far as I know, but is in Minnesota, is also 13 years old. Let's hear it from Lucy. Woo! Do a few more of these. Amy Woodbridge, 16 years old. Let's hear it for Amy. Way! And last for this little section, Soren, which is a lovely name. Soren is 17 years old. Let's hear it for Soren. Hey! Nice work. Anyway, so we've been talking about cats a lot, and that's appropriate for this next song. Anybody who knows me knows that if I go to a house party and there's a stereo and I start drinking, you can kind of set a stopwatch for how long it'll be before I start trying to tell people about the weekend ends. And I, in fact, have part of the title of the song tattooed on my arm. There it is. This song is called A Plea from a Cat Named Vertute, and it goes like this. Well, don't you ever want to play? I'm tired of this piece of string. You sleep as much as I do now, and you don't eat much of anything. I don't know who you're talking to. Made it such through every room. All I found was dust that moved in the shadows of the afternoon. Listen, all those bitter songs you sing, they don't help me anything. They won't make you strong. So we should open up the house, invite the tabby 2 doors down, and you could ask your sister if she doesn't bring a basset hound, and ask for things we shouldn't miss, the tapists and the modern man, Cold War and card catalogs, to come and save us if they can. Girly drinks and parlor games, pass around the easy line, with absolutely no regrets. Later maybe we could try to let our losses dangle off the sharp end of a century, and talk about the weather or how the weather used to be. And I cater with all the birds that I could kill, let their tiny feathers spill your disappointment. Lie down, lick the sorrow from your skin, scratch the terror and begin to believe you're strong. All you ever wanted to is drink and watch TV. And frankly, that thing doesn't really interest me. I swear I'm gonna bite you hard and taste your tinny blood if you don't stop the self-defeating lies you've been repeating since the day you brought me home. I know you're strong. There it is! Woo! I mean, there's an instrumental end section in the original, but I don't massively see the point when it's just me and my guitar. So we'll crack on. You could have done a flute solo, it's true. If anyone watching this is not familiar with John K. Sampson or the Week of Hands, I do encourage you to get involved. They are so very, very good. I'm tuning my guitar in the wrong place because I'm an idiot. Hi darling, sweetheart. How are we doing, by the way? How's the internet?
The internet's lovely. I think the connection is good. And
Connection is
still
good.
thrilled.
We're in the land of new Wi-Fi.
Hey, welcome to the new
Hooray
world.
for new Wi-Fi.
Goodness, yeah, no, people are good, and we're nearly at $2,000.
Nearly at $2,000?
Which
That's-
that's gone so quickly.
That is fantastic. Thank you all so much, everybody who's donated. That's a wonderful thing. Let's try and get it up there. I'd love to get up to 10 tonight if we possibly can. Anyway, right, here we go. This is a song that I love, that I discovered whilst on tour with Jonah Matranga and Josh English in 2007 in the United States. And it has a call and response backing vocal, which I'm hoping that my lovely wife is going to do. You said you would, earlier.
Yes.
My favourite bit about the recorded version of the song is the diction on the backing vocals.
yeah.
It is so very good. Let's give this a try. I play this finger pick, that's right, yeah. This song's by the late, great Tom Petty. Oh, she was an American girl, raised on promises. She couldn't help thinking that there was a little more to life somewhere else. After all, it was a great big world. Lots of places to run to, and if she had to die trying, there was one little promise she was gonna keep. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl. Sorry. Well, it was kinda cold that night. She stood alone on her balcony. She could hear all the cars rolling by out on 441, like waves crashing over a beach. And for one desperate moment there, he crept up in her memories. God, it's so painful, something that's so close, but still so far out of reach. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl. Again, there's an instrumental section that we're going to skip. We're just going to do a double chorus. Fuck it. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl. Woo! There it is. Awesome. I fucking love that song. I was so very sad when Tom Petty passed away a few years ago. Right, let's do some more birthdays while we're here because we have many to get through. Let's have a look at this. Joe Giammarco is 24 years old. Nice work, Joe! Woo! Heather Wells is 26 years old. Hey! And that's probably the same as Heather 26 underneath as well. I'd imagine probably the same. If there's anybody else called Heather
She thought she was covered in the first one anyway.
well, I mean, you know, she's got more than one capable friend, let's say that. But that's not necessarily true. If there is anybody else out there called Heather who has a birthday today, this is for you. Nice work, Heather! And we'll do a couple more. Laura Shaw is 31. Woo! Alex Mount is 32. Woo! Alex Kings is 34. Nice. And we'll stop with this one now. Jeff Rannick from Winnipeg. I should have said this before. Plea from Cat. Jeff Rannick from Winnipeg is 35 years old. Nice work, Jeff. Woo! All right.
Very good.
This next is one of my absolutely favourite songs ever. I'm going to say that often this evening. I have an impression. That might be a drinking game rule. If I say it's one of my favourite songs, then you have to drink.
It says it about people as well. Oh, my favourite person ever. About almost everyone you know.
It's true. I love people. What can I say?
And
This
songs.
is a book I was given a few years ago, and it's the complete piano music of Michael Flanders and Donald Swann. Flanders and Swann. If anyone's not familiar with Flanders and Swann, they were a British kind of comedy music act, quite a musical in there, kind of review, late 40s, early 50s kind of vibe. Well, and before actually. I grew up listening to their songs in the car. And I always love them. I've released this cover, but I cannot explain to you how much I fucking love this song. This song is a true story, maybe, about an armadillo, and it's called The Armadillo. I was taking compass bearings for the ordnance survey on an army training camp in Salisbury Plain. I had packed up my theodolite, I was calling it a day, when I heard a voice that sang a sad refrain. Oh my darling armadillo, let me tell you of my love. Listen to my armadillo roundelay. Be my fellow on my pillow underneath this weeping willow. Be my darling armadillo all the day. I was somewhat disconcerted by this curious affair. For a single armadillo you will own on Salisbury Plain in summer is comparatively rare, and a pair of them is practically unknown. Drawn by that mellow solo, there I followed on my bike to discover what these armadillo lovers would be like. Oh my darling armadillo, how delightful it would be if for us those silver wedding bells would chime. Let the orange blossom billow, you need only say I will. Oh, be my darling armadillo all the time. Then I saw him in a hollow on a yellow muddy bank, an armadillo singing to an armor-plated tank. Should I tell him gone to rusting with a willow tree above? This abandon on maneuvers is the object of your love. I left him to his singing, I cycled home without a pause. Never tell a man the truth about the one that he adores. On the breeze that followed sunset, I could hear that sad refrain, singing willow, willow, willow down the way. And I seem to hear it still, oh vive l'amour, vive l'armadillo. Be my darling armadillo all the day. Be my darling armadillo all the day. Ah,
Very good
what a
one.
song!
Such
What
good
a song! Who doesn't love that song? What's their name? Where do they live? And why?
No, I don't think they're here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably for the best. Anyway, hi everybody. I hope everyone is coping with lockdown okay and the confusing changing rules. It's pretty cool the thing about single people being able to form bubbles. We have a couple of friends who've been on lockdown, self-isolating completely on their own, and you know, it's trying enough when it's the two of us here. The idea of being completely on your own during this strikes me as like insane, basically. So if you are somebody who's been self-isolating alone, hats off. I hope you're okay. It's an impressive and incredible thing that you've lived through right here. And I hope that you formed a bubble with your nearest and dearest immediately. We're talking about forming a bubble. Yeah, I think we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, we can be the bubble, we can be someone's bubble.
You can be somebody's bubble. I'd love to be someone's bubble. Am I playing this song with a pick or thing?
That's up to you, Ben.
I'm going to play this with fingers. This is a song by a man called Townes Van Zandt. If you're not familiar with the music of Townes Van Zandt, he was a songwriter from Texas who sort of came to prominence in the 1970s. He died in the 1990s. Funnily enough, played his last ever show at the Borderline, which is gone now, very sadly, although that's not coronavirus related. But he's kind of the songwriter. I have his initials tattooed on my wrist with a key because to me he's like the songwriter's password. If I meet another songwriter and say Townes Van Zandt and they know what I'm talking about, then I'm like, we're on the same team, you know what I mean? There are many of his songs that I love. Incidentally, if you're not familiar with Townes Van Zandt, there's a record called Live at the Old Quarter, which is a contender for the album I've listened to most of all albums in my life. The other one would probably be Shape of Punk to Come by Refused. Which doesn't work on acoustic guitar, before you start asking. I mean, I can play the whole thing, but...
That's next week, kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a horrible time now.
Anyway, that's where we were. This is a song called Poncho and Lefty. It was covered by loads of people, including I think I'm right saying Willie Nelson.
My dad's favourites.
And one of Jess's dad's favourites. I love this song, and I'm not going to get the lyrics wrong because I practiced it earlier. And screw you, Will Valley. Let's give it a try. Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. When you wear your skin like iron and your breath's as hard as kerosene. You want your mama's only boy, but her favorite one it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye. It sank into her dreams. Poncho was a bandit, boys, a horse as fast as polished steel. Wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Poncho met his match, you know, on the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words, but that's the way it goes. And all the federal saying could have had him any day. Just let him hang around out of kindness, I suppose. Well, Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust that Poncho bit down south ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid poor Poncho low, Lefty split for Ohio. Where he got the bread to go, there ain't nobody knows. No federal saying could have had him any day. Just let him hang around out of kindness, I suppose. You can do a harmonica solo on this one if you want. Then it's the right one. Go for it. Oh, it's not the right one.
I told you.
Sorry. It's not the right harmonica.
It's not the right harmonica. I found one note that was fine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The poets tell how Poncho felt. Lefty's living in a cheap motel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold. So the story ends, we're told. Poncho needs a prez, it's true, but same few for Lefty too. He just did what he had to do. Now he's growing old. And all the federal saying could have had him any day. just let him hang around. Out of kindness, I suppose. And a few grey feather Alice saying could have had him any day, and just let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. What a song! Well, okay, right, moving on to a traditional English song which I've released on the record and sung live many times before. But if people who don't know, I got really heavily into trying to find out about proper trad English music when around the time I was touring Poetry of the Deed. It was interesting to me, and you know, listening to people like John Bowden and Martin Simpson and the Carthy family and people like that. This is one of the better known trad English songs called Barber Alan. Its first recorded mention, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying, was in Samuel Pepys's diary when he complained about somebody singing the well-known old but awful, in his opinion, song outside his bedroom window when he was trying to sleep. And like most traditional English music, it is a cappella in its original formation. It is also about sex and death, because that seemed to be the general kind of preoccupation. And this is my version of it. There's about 1 million versions of this song, and I've done a bit of editing, and I'm allowed to do that. So that's the nature of the beast. Anyway, this song's called Barber Alan. It being the springtime of the year, the flowers were freshly blooming. A young man from my own country fell in love with Barber Alan. This young man took sick and he went to bed. He called out for Barber Alan. She came to him and she softly said, "Young man, I think that you're dying." "Oh, I am not dying," the young man said. "One kiss from you would cure me. One kiss from me you'll never see, though I thought that your heart was breaking. For do you remember last Sunday night, out in the village dancing? You danced all night with the village bride, and you slighted Barber Alan." So she went back to her father's house, where she heard the church bell tolling, and each toll that the bell did ring called out for Barber Alan. And she'd not gone back so very far when she saw the funeral coming. Lay down, the corpse," she cried, "so that I may gaze upon him. Oh, Father, Father, dig my grave, and dig it deep and narrow. A young man died for me today, I shall die for him tomorrow." So she was buried in the old churchyard, and he was buried by her, and from her grave a red rose grew, and from his grave a briar.
Lovely, darling.
Yeah, have you not heard me do that before?
Oh yeah, just not this close to you.
Oh, right. It's loud. Now you know how the cat feels.
She was eating her dinner quite
She was. The cat was sat right here during that one. The briar and the red rose is the lover's knot in traditional English iconography. And on that note, I'm going to drink some American beer.
Hey.
And I'm also going to do some more birthdays. Ladies and gentlemen, Pearl Ruston is 37 years old. Well done, Pearl. Nice work. On the other side of me, Kindle Holstead is 39 years old. Nice work, Kindle. Excellent. I'll be there in a matter of months. Well, I mean, I'm going to be 39 next, is what I mean.
I'll wait until you're 40.
Ben Owens is 44 years old. Nice work, Ben. Happy birthday, Ben. Tracy from Essex is 45 years old. And Tracy, if I may be so bold, you could make friends with Holger from Münster, because Holger from Münster is also 45 years old.
Hey.
Woo!
Something in common.
Indeed. Ingrid from Norway, on the other hand. Ingrid from Norway is 46 years old.
Hey!
Hey! And Darren Jeffries is 54. Woo!
Yes.
All right, we'll keep that. We'll knock that on the head there.
John is 50 and Kathy is 60.
John is 50 and Kathy is 60. Hold on. So, wait a minute. Some of those might be on my list.
Oh really? I don't think so.
No, they're not.
You just
Right.
went to, yeah, you just went to 50 people.
Yeah, I did. I've put them in the wrong order, I've just realised.
Oh, you haven't age grouped them?
No, there's some that are in the wrong order. Anyway,
no.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
People are born.
This is a song, I've told the story a million times, I've written in books and told it on records and all the rest of it, but just for those who haven't heard it, I was in a punk band, I went to Nambucca, I took part in a pub quiz, it was my first time there. I came first equal in my team, which featured Tree, funnily enough, that was the night that I met her. And the other team was a bunch of guys who looked like lumberjacks, because they were a country band, it turned out, and their singer got up and arm wrestled me. It was for £100 as well. Yeah, well, it was the collected sort of pay-ins or whatever. And I can't arm wrestle for shit, and he just destroyed me 3 times. He did it once, and he was like, "You weren't ready, best of 3," kind of thing. And I was like,
such a sweet man.
"Don't worry about it." Anyway, Adam now lives in South London. I've written songs about him. He's an absolute sweetheart. But that night, he felt bad about winning the £100, so we spent it together at the bar, and we ended up sitting on the roof with the guitar, and he played me this song. It is popularised by the Lemonheads, but it's actually written by a man called Tom Morgan from Australia, who was in a band called Smudge. This is, get ready to drink, a contender for my favourite song of all time. This song is called The Outdoor Time. Always had a roof above me, always paid the rent, and I never set foot inside a tent. Couldn't build a fire to save my life. I lied about being outdoor type. Well, I never slept out underneath the stars. The closest that I came to that was this time when my car broke down for an hour in the suburbs at night. I lied about being outdoor type. Too scared to let you know, knew what you were looking for. I lied until I fit the bill, God bless the great indoors. I lied about being the outdoor type. I never loaned a sleeping bag, let alone a mountain bike. I can't go away with you on a rock climbing weekend. What if something's on TV that's never shown again? It's just as well I'm not invited, 'cause I'm afraid of heights. I lied about being outdoor type. Never learned to swim, can't grow a beard or even fight. I lied about being outdoor type. Simple and sweet. How are we doing?
First song you ever played me.
Was it
Floor
now?
in Taunton Road, yeah.
Good lord. Wow. How are we doing on money?
Great.
Mm?
Yeah, we're over 3k.
We're over
It's been
3K.
Fantastic.
All right, folks. Let's say this: there is a at the end of the show, there is a possibility of there being a duet between me and my wife. But I want to see that hit thing $5,000 before we play it. So just if you want to hear a duet, we've got to hit $5,000. We've got a few more songs to go before then. But I'm just throwing that out there. That's the condition. Well, I'll probably break it. But no, I didn't. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. Let's get more money in the pot.
£5,000, I won't. Wait, no, I will. No, I won't play the wrong harmonica. I don't know.
Just you will play the harmonica song.
I now feel like everyone thinks I'm terrible at the harmonica, but you can't really be terrible at harmonica. You just need the right one.
You do just need the right harmonica. It is true. I do apologise for that. That is
Yeah,
entirely my bad. I'd forgotten about cross harping.
Yes. That's what I'm
Anyway.
trying to convey to you.
Yes, I know. Sorry, my bad. Let's do a couple more birthdays just for here. Trish the Dish Brazier is 60 years old.
Very good.
Woo! Nice work, Trish. Still a dish.
What a dish.
Naomi Hodgson is 60 years old. Woo! Nice work. I've got these in the wrong order at this point. Karen McIntyre is 50 years old. Nice work, Karen. Going back down, Emma from Beckenham is 28. Happy birthday, Emma from Beckenham. And last, but by absolutely no means least, in fact possibly most, Sylvia Revett is 78 years
Oh,
old.
congratulations!
Congratulations, Sylvia, and thanks for tuning in. That's a wonderful thing.
Birthday.
This is got another backing vocal. We did discuss this one anyway,
Right.
either. I don't think I've ever really played this live. Maybe once or twice a very long time ago. It is on a record.
I don't think
You do. It's not what it says on there.
Oh, okay, that's
Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down? And mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, and don't break my heart. I'll be over in 10, you tell me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then I went to the door, I can't take anymore. It's not you, you let me down again. Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down? Mess me around and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling, and know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, and don't break my heart. To you I'm a toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you're untrue, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home waiting beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, and don't break my heart. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. All right, wicked. We've got 3 more songs to go, ladies and gentlemen, before we're through today's thing. Shoving money in the pot, independent venues. We are hopefully starting to creep towards a moment in time when there might be something along the lines of socially distant shows or changes in regulation or whatever it might be. Nevertheless, every independent venue has been suffering through the time that we've already lived through the 9,000 years that we've been on lockdown. And there are bills that are mounting up, whether it's
100,000 years early.
well, it's gone down. There are bills mounting up, rent, PA hire, whatever it might be. And these places are vital. Without them, Liverpool would not be the same without Phase 1. All of the venues that we've done on this are incredible parts of their local community. One of the things I think I've noticed during this lockdown is that I feel, and maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. I feel like there is a bit of a move, and possibly a long-term move, towards people being more engaged in their local communities because travel is harder. Putting aside the fact that I'm a touring musician for a second, I actually think that's a really good thing. We live in London. We've got to know our neighbours better than we did before. I think that's a wonderful thing. But as part of that, local venues are part of their community hubs, their places you go. I did the talk earlier today talking about careers in music and all that kind of thing, and one of the things that came up was about the fact that if you're a young person who wants to get into music, whether it's being a musician or working in the industry as a sound guy, whatever it might be, local venues where you want to go. If the local venue's not there, it's going to be much, much harder. So please do throw your money in the pot. Let's keep these places alive. Let's keep them vibrant and vital. Let's make sure that we can one day have that party that we're all waiting for, where we just go and run into a room and hug and then sing along, and it's going to be absolutely fucking glorious. Anyway, this is one of my favourite songs.
Another one.
This is a very...
It's not on the official rules though that Megan did.
No, but I just true. Shout out to Megan for doing the rules for the drinking game. That's amazing. This is a song I heard when I was touring years ago, and it's a really profound song, I think, and it's really inspiring to me as a writer. I wish I could write like this. It's by a band called Half Man, Half Biscuit, and it goes like this. The singer out to Slipknot went to Rome to see the Pope. The singer out to Slipknot went to Rome to see the Pope. The singer out to Slipknot went to Rome to see the Pope. And the Pope said to his 1, 2, 3, 4, who the fucking hell is Slipknot? Who the fucking hell is Slipknot? Who the fucking hell is Slipknot in relation to me getting out of bed? Do I not even get around with applause to that?
No.
Alright, listen, we've got a couple more mentions to get through. We've done all the birthdays, but there's more. Andrew and Mike are having their 1 year anniversary today. Nice work. Ed and Lauren are having their 1 year anniversary today. Hey! Was it a double date? A double blind date? Who knows? Maxine and Alan are having their 4th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, that's a wonderful thing. Kerner and Kristen are having their 15th wedding anniversary.
Very good.
Woo! Very nice. And not to invalidate any of that, but clearly in the lead here, Claire and Brian are celebrating their 32nd wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Amazing work. Huh?
I said, how do you do it? Answers on a postcard.
Yeah, right, exactly. So listen, I've got 2 more songs left. How are we doing on a fundraiser? How's the fun?
Wait, yes, sorry. Too many things at once. We're on 3.5.
On 3.5. Come on, let's get to 5. Let's get to 5, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. 2 songs left. Sing along at home if you know this one. Each morning I wake up, I idle, can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror, I cry and understand what you're doing to me. See, I spend all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody to love. That was the wrong chord, ladies and gentlemen. I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my hard-earned pay on my own. I get down on my knees and I start to pray till the tears run down from my eyes. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody to love. I work hard every day. I try, but everybody tries to bring me down. You know they say I'm going crazy. They say I've got a lot of water on my brain. Got no common sense. Got nobody left to believe. I just gotta get out of this prison cell. Someday I'm gonna be free. Lord, find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Sing along. Find me somebody to love. 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 Somebody find me somebody to love. Anybody find me somebody to love. thank you. All right, folks. How's the fundraising doing?
The fundraiser is currently at refreshing. It's at nearly 4.
Nearly 4. Fuck it, that'll do us.
Well,
But please do, if you can, throw any money in the pot. If everybody watching this gave £5, we fucking smash it out of the park. I'm aware that that's not what everyone can do, of course. Anyway, listen up. We've done all the dedications. We've done all of the songs except for one. Next week, I'm going to be doing this again. There is going to be a finite number of these IVL shows. I cannot keep doing this forever. But next week, I thought what would be fun next week is to do a show where I do covers by friends of mine, is the idea. So I'm going to do...
Talented friends.
Yeah, you know, so I want to do songs by Grace Petrie and the Wild Hearts and NoFX. And Frightened Rabbit and Sean McGowan. I'm going to fucking learn a Sean McGowan song. You heard it, Sean. And just kind of do it that way. That seemed like a fun thing to do. We'll get some great songs in there. And the proceeds next week are going to go to one of the most important venues in my personal life, personal history, however you want to put it. The Exeter Cavern, ladies and gentlemen, which is such an incredible and special and beautiful and wonderful place. So that's next week's show. It will be the same time, Thursday next week. And then I will tell you what's going to happen the week after that and the week after that. So, in the meantime, hi honey, do you want to join?
Yeah, sure, I'm going to have a chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand at home to my wonderful wife, the one and only Jess Guys. Hello. There she is. Look, I'll move on.
Such a screen hogger.
And cheers. Oh yeah, cheers. Right.
They're all my drinking buddies.
Yeah, right. Cheers.
We're all drinking. You're not. Well, not everyone, obviously.
I'm sort of remembering
No
as I
pressure.
do this that drinking beer while you actually play is kind of terrible because it makes you burp. Anyway, so listen. This is a duet that we worked out. Lots of people have been asking for a duet, and we are nothing but your slaves.
Very compliant people.
Thank you all for tuning in. Is there anything else we need to mention? You've got a new song out, Countdown's been out for a little while.
Last week, yeah.
New song, which is wonderful, and there's some cool shit going on, no doubt, somewhere.
Yeah, there's still an awful lot of
Some
processing
doubt.
and learning and things.
Yeah,
going
lots
on,
of
which is good and vital.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think we're good.
I think we should probably play a
Let's
fucking
sing
song.
song.
Thank you for tuning in. Phase 1 Liverpool, last shout for this,
Thank you.
please do. And the fundraiser will stay open, so if you're getting paid on tomorrow or something like that, and you've got a few quid that you could throw in, that would be great. There is no amount of money that is too small to make a difference. Let's get some serious money in, and let's keep local independent venues open all over the country, and particularly in the wonderful city of Liverpool, because we fucking love Liverpool. We have to get back there for a show, god damn it, because we didn't make it.
If you know the dance to this, you have to do it. Oh god, no one's gonna have that in their head.
Okay, so here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready, babe.
Let's see how we do
Do
it.
you remember how it goes?
Do I remember how this goes? Oh,
The
no.
song is in my bones. I'm not sure about you.
Thanks for tuning in. I've been waiting for so long, now I finally found someone to stand by me.
Saw the writing on the wall, and we felt this magical fantasy.
Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise it secretly. So we take each other's hand, cause we seem to understand the urgency. Just remember,
You're the one thing,
I can't get enough for.
so I'll tell you something.
This could be love because I've had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. 'Cause I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. Hey baby!
With my body and soul, I want you more than you'll ever know.
So we'll just let it go, don't be afraid to lose control. No!
Yes, I know what's on your mind when you say, stay with me tonight.
Stay with me felt this way before. 'Cause I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. Take it away! It's the right harmonica! Time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you now. I had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I searched through every open door, I found the truth, and I owe it all to you. There it is, folks. Independent Venue Love, Volume 11. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you same time next week.